Good evening. The human species is destroying the life of all the living beings of the planet. The destruction of the life of all living beings produces an imbalance in the ecosystems of the planet. And this unbalance in the ecosystems of the planet will lead eventually to a collapse with the extermination of the human species, which will be expected within the next 30 years. Human beings have destroyed 80% of all the wild vertebrate animals of the planet. 80%. In the last 50 years, humans have destroyed 80% of all the wild vertebrate animals of the planet. These include mammals, birds, reptiles, and fish of the planet. The scientists say that in 30 years there will be no more fish in the oceans of the planet. In 20 years, circa 20 years, there will be more plastics than fish in the oceans of the planet. Human beings are destroying all the insects and the essential bees of the planet with pesticides, herbicides, and many other toxins. The essential bees are absolutely necessary for the life of plants and animals. Germany has a study where it is indicated that Germans had destroyed 75% of the bees of the planet. The oil spills, the plastics, all the garbage in the oceans is destroying all the oceans. The climate change, there is an increase in the temperature, and there is a higher acidity in the oceans, and the corals of Australia have been destroyed, 50% I think. And there is a change and a dramatic killing of all the microfauna of the oceans and the planet. The destruction of trees, the cutting of trees is destroying the habitats of the wildlife, and there is a reduction of oxygen, and the frequent fires which have increased because there's more drought on the planet, there's more frequent fires, and this increases the CO2 into the atmosphere of the planet. And this unbalance between oxygen and CO2 will also create havoc in the ecosystems of the planet. All the bombs, the toxic chemicals, the weapons, everything is destroying the planet. So human beings are destroying the planet, and within 30 years there will be no more animals in the planet except for the cows for human consumption. And that's another very big crime of human beings, that they are torturing and killing, slaughtering billions of innocent, defenseless, loving domestic animals for human consumption. This is an unnecessary consumption because the human species have been designated vegetarian animals. Human beings do not have the canine teeth of the true carnivore animals. Humans have been created vegetarian animals, and it is a terrible sin that humans are slaughtering and torturing and placing in cages all these wonderful domestic animals. The main reason for the extinction of the human species is that human beings have become from a vegetarian animal into a carnivore animal that is killing all the life of the planet. 5,000 years ago, a prophet called Moses wrote a very interesting story that I personally believe. I don't believe like 80 or 90% of what the Bible has written, but it has many very interesting things. Some things about Jesus and about the Blessed Virgin, with whom I have a very intimate relationship. But the religious authorities are full of crap. All the religions, the Christians, the Islamics, and the Jews, they don't know what God is. God is the expansive creative energy of the universe, This is the energy of life that is manifest in all living beings. The Holy Spirit is manifest within the soul of all living beings, of all nature, of all animals. The wisest man on earth, Albert Einstein, said that a spirit is manifest in the laws of the universe. A spirit is manifest in the laws of the planet, is manifest, the Holy Spirit is manifest in nature, the Holy Spirit is manifest in animals. So animals, like human animals, have also this consciousness and soul, which is the spark of life, which is the energy of God within the matter of organic animals. So what happened with the human species? When it changed from the vegetarian diet to a carnivore animal, there was a change in the metabolic structure of the organism of the human species. It changed the temperament of mankind. It became aggressive and started to kill and kill and kill between itself with all the wars for the last 5,000 years, and it has destroyed the planet. So what was the story about Moses that I was telling you? What did he write? He wrote that God had created the paradise, the planet, and he created the Homo sapiens, and he told Homo sapiens not to eat, that they could eat everything on the planet, but do not touch, do not eat from the tree of life. What is the tree of life? The symbolic tree of life are the animals of the planet. So the human species, Homo sapiens, realized that killing animals was really easy, like killing a little child. Killing a cow is easier than killing a little child. So it started to kill animals, and thus was the destruction, the change in the metabolism, in the structure of the pacified human vegetarian animal into a monster of destruction that is killing everything in the planet. God also told human beings that the day that you touch the tree of life, thou shalt surely die. Very interesting. And that's what's happening. The human species ate animals, changed its metabolic structure, it changed the communication in the neurons, the hormones, everything became aggressive, became a machine of destruction, and it is now in a course of auto-destruction, and the human species will be exterminated within the following 30 years. Unless human beings start change now. They need to change now. So here I come with my new website where I describe all the destruction that human beings have caused to the planet and what they need to do to reverse the situation. They have to stop immediately the killing of wild animals. They have to stop immediately cutting trees, no more cutting of trees. And they have to stop slaughtering and torturing domestic animals. Those are the three major things that the human beings need to do to stop their own auto-destruction, an extinction from the planet, which will occur within the next 30 years. It's not 100 years, it's not in 500 years, it is within the following few years. And it is a big pity that human species really don't change, because there is a very positive evolution, a very positive plan for the human species on Mother Earth. You know, humans could change in 300 years. They could control the climate to stop the suffering of all the animals of the planet. And the other thing that God created, the intelligent Homo sapiens species, is to change the really wild, cruel design of herbivore and carnivore animals. This is the main reason why God, the Holy Spirit, created the Homo sapiens animal. Because Homo sapiens can change that design of carnivore, herbivore, suffering design of this cruel, wild design of animal life on the planet. How do we do that? First thing that we do, we have already done that with dogs. No, the human beings with lots of love and with lots of food has domesticated the wild wolf into a very pacified dog. And this can be done with all the wild animals of the planet. You take a tiger and you give it love and you give it food and you will change. Even a crocodile you can change its instinct. So we have to feed all the carnivore animals. The change in the structure of the carnivore herbivore animal can also be done by genetic manipulation, selection, cloning, and in 1,000 years, if we're still around, we could isolate and use the energy of God, the expansive creative energy of the Holy Spirit, to put that energy, isolate that energy and put that energy into the animals. So that animals, all we animals will not have to neither kill nor eat any other animals and live like eternal, ethereal angels of God. I have seen angels of God and I have pictures of the angels of God. So go into my website, read everything. I describe the situation and I describe what we need to do to save the life of the living beings of the planet and stop our human extinction. So go into my website, see the pictures, see the videos. I also do music. I sing with ecological lyrics with a message to humanity that I receive from above. So I hope you go into my website and check everything that I say. And I ask all the activists, all those who love animals, that come out and start fighting for the animals and to save all the living beings of the planet.